What is up, YouTube? It is your boy NMR Sports here, coming back at you with another MLB video, and today we're going to be talking about my Week 4 MLB Power Rankings. If you did not see last week's video, it should be up here, I believe. I'm 90% sure I'm right this time. It should be right up here. You can click on that link and watch last week's Power Rankings. A little bit of a shakeup this week. Not a whole lot at the top or bottom, but definitely in the middle. A lot of big changes coming around. So be sure to stay tuned to the rest of the video and see where your favorite MLB team is. Let me know if you disagree or agree with my Power Rankings down in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for daily MLB content. I know I was a little weak with the uploads this weekend. I did have some family in town, and my birthday's coming up on Thursday. If you want to slide me some cash, I'll put my Venmo in the description. Just saying, just throwing it out there. But anyways, let's get right into the video. Start talking about our power rankings, starting off with the number 30 team in baseball, which shouldn't be much of a surprise to anybody. And that team, of course, the team with, how many losses do they have right now? It's an egregious number of losses. 23 losses. They did win 2 games this week, by the way, just saying. The Cincinnati Reds are one of the worst teams in MLB history. They're setting a precedent for tanking and how bad they are. It is just disgusting. It's egregious. No change there. They're probably going to be at number 30 the rest of the MLB season, which puts a little bit less stress on my number 29 team, the Pittsburgh Pirates, the team everybody expected to be in that number 30 spot for most of the season. They're playing just about as bad as we expected to. Against teams over 500, they are 2-10 this season. I know they have a better record than the Chicago Cubs, but overall they've been playing some weak opponents, including the Cincinnati Reds, and they've actually lost to the Cincinnati Reds this week, so I'm keeping them at 29. I just think that's where they at. I know they have a better record than some of the teams ahead of them, but overall I think this is where they belong right now. Next up, we got the Kansas City Royals, another struggling team that I don't really see much of a future for this year. 9-16 on the year, 3-7 in their last 10. They just have not been playing very good baseball, and I don't see them improving that much. I don't really see the potential in this team yet. Maybe a few years down the line, they definitely have some good ball players on this squad, but overall, I just don't really see them as better than any of these other teams, but a little bit better than the Pirates and the Reds right now. Just above them, we got the Oakland A's, who got off to a pretty hot start, but are struggling massively right now. Yeah, 1-9 in their last 9 and 8 games under 500, so 27 feels like a pretty good spot for them. And at 26, the Tigers, they've been playing worse than the A's and the Royals, I'll be completely honest, but I just think they have a little bit more potential, which is why I have them above those teams. All right, moving on to number 25, we've got the Washington Nationals, still one of the worst teams in baseball, but they have been playing some very good ball games. It really just comes down to their pitching. I don't think their pitching is very good right now, and that's why I have them so low. Their offense is actually pretty decent. They got some good guys there. A lot of fun names on that team. Obviously, Juan Soto's a big one. Nelson Cruz is a pretty big name. Alcides Escobar was a World Series hero. D. Gordon, everybody loves. You know, a lot of good names on that team, but overall, you know, 25 feels like a good spot for them. Just above them, we got the Chicago Cubs, the 9-17 Chicago Cubs, I should say. 2-8 in their last 10. Just been absolutely awful this season. I honestly didn't realize how bad they were, because I honestly feel like this team's produced a little bit. I feel like some of their pitchers have been a little bit better than I expected. I feel like some of their hitters are performing better. Saya Suzuki's probably got NL Rookie of the Year on lock. But, man, this team's just really bad. They're just not a good team overall. They're just not a good team, and they're in a weak division. They should be winning more ball games. They just look really bad right now. 8 games under 500, not going to fly in this division. Next up, we got the Boston Red Sox, and talk about the biggest underperforming team in all of baseball. I might need to make an entire video on how bad they've been playing, because they've got a pretty good roster, but man, Michael Wacha just went on the injured list. That's been their best player. Chris Sale had a setback in his injury. Pretty much the only guy they can rely on right now is Garrett Whitlock and Xander Bogaerts. Those are the only 2 guys I have any faith in on that entire roster right now, so they got to figure it out. Hopefully they can, because they're definitely a better team than number 23, but the way they're playing right now, how could I rank them any higher? Above them right now, we got the Baltimore Orioles, another team that is outperforming expectations. Yes, they are 6 games under 500, but that is honestly a lot better than we expected them to be. We didn't expect any universe where they were better than the Red Sox, but that's how they've been playing right now. I'm going to roll with the Orioles. They also have the head-to-head matchup in this ranking. Next up at 21, we got the Texas Rangers. Great offense, not a great pitching staff. Not been too hot lately, I believe. Yeah, they're at 500 baseball in their last 10 games. about 4 games under 500. I think I moved them up, actually. I think I had them down here around 24, 25 last week, so they've been doing a little bit better. Still not one of the better teams in baseball, though. All right, next up, we got 20 through 15. Down at number 20, the Arizona Diamondbacks. I've been very impressed by this team. They are over 500 at the moment. The entire National League West is, by the way, so all the NL West fits inside the top 20 right now. I've been very impressed by this Diamondbacks team. Merrill Kelly's been pitching better than I expected. Zach Gallen looks like a Cy Young candidate. Mad Bum's been pitching pretty well when he's not getting ejected by umpires staring him in the eyes. And the offense has been serviceable. It's not great, and that's definitely what's holding them back right now, but the pitching's been a lot better than I expected. A big reason why this team went from probably number 30 last year up to number 20 this year. That's kind of impressive. Just above them, we got their NL West running mates. That is the Colorado Rockies. The Colorado Rockies are a very good baseball team. They're tied for 3rd place in the National League West right now with the San Francisco Giants. I think they've been playing a little bit above their skill level, but overall, I still think there's a lot to like about this Rockies team. Don't get me wrong. CJ Cron's been great. German Marquez has been pretty solid. Kyle Freeland's been pretty solid. Randall Grichuk's actually been one of the better players. He's impressed me quite a bit. So I like this Colorado Rockies team. Definitely a solid 4th place team in this division, but I think that's kind of their ceiling right now. Next up, we got the struggling Seattle Mariners. Yikes, man. I've been trying to keep them in high hopes because I'm an Angels fan and I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but my God, is this team struggling right now. They did call up a top prospect recently. I can't remember his name. Oh, what was that dude's name? Yeah, George Kirby, man. 6 innings in his debut, 7 strikeouts, only 4 hits and no walks. That is really impressive. I like their young talent. I love Logan Gilbert. I love George Kirby. Robbie Ray, I think, is better than he's been playing, but overall, I do like this Seattle Mariners team, but they just have not been able. If they don't allow a lot of runs, they don't allow a lot of runs, they don't score a lot of runs. If they score a lot of runs, they allow more runs. It just doesn't work out. They just can't seem to win ball games right now on a really bad, 2-8 in their last 10. They just have not been very good right now. They've got a +1 run differential right now too, which is not ideal. So overall, I got the Mariners at 18 right now, just below the Philadelphia Phillies, another team that hasn't been hitting, which is surprising. This is a terrible team when they can't hit, and that is what's been going on right now. They obviously blew that really bad game. I believe they blew a 7-run lead to the Mets in the 9th inning. Just atrocious. We knew their bullpen was going to be bad, but their rotation struggled, and so is their lineup, and that can't happen if they want to win ball games. Just above them, a team that's still impressing me a little bit, that is the Cleveland Guardians. They've won 7 of their last 10, and I don't know. They've got a pretty good offense, and they beat up on the Blue Jays, too, which really impressed me. So we'll see. Franmil Reyes is starting to get hot. Finally, he was one of the worst hitters in baseball the first month of the season, but starting to heat up a little bit. I really keep an eye on this Cleveland Guardians team. I could definitely see them maybe in the running for that AL Central spot. It's not going to be a very competitive division. All right, and to round out the 10 through 30 right here, we got 15, the Atlanta Braves. I still love this team. I still think they're way more talented than they've been playing, and with Ronald Acuna coming back, I think this team's going to shoot up the power rankings very quickly, possibly be in the top 10 next week. We'll have to see. They're playing about 500 baseball right now. There are 2 games under 500, but they've won 5 of their last 10, so pretty average baseball being played in Atlanta right now. I think with Acuna coming back, that is going to improve. Another team that's improved a lot, the Chicago White Sox, won 7 of their last 10. They are above 500 once again, I believe. Yes, they are 1 game above 500 right now, and I still think they got a lot of talent on that team. I think they are a top 3 team when healthy. They're definitely not healthy right now, but hopefully they can squeak into the top 10 next week. We'll have to see. Just above them, we got the Miami Marlins. That pitching staff is no joke, and the offense has been coming through when they need to, so I've been a big fan of that Miami Marlins team all year. Just above them, we got the St. Louis Cardinals. The St. Louis Cardinals are a little bit rough right now because they still obviously are missing Jack Flaherty. That's a big deal. Adam Wainwright went on the COVID injured list. It's been a very, very difficult time for the St. Louis Cardinals right now, but I think overall, if I, say I had the Marlins versus the Cardinals, I would take the Cardinals right now. I think the Cardinals are a slightly better team, and when they're fully healthy, they'll be amazing. So we'll have to see. Just above them, we got one of the hottest teams in baseball right now. That is the Minnesota Twins. I've been very impressed with this Minnesota Twins pitching staff. Joe Ryan's been fantastic. Dylan Bundy had a few good starts before he fell apart. They are very injured right now, though. Miguel Sano is out right now on the injured list. Byron Buxton and Carlos Correa went down. They're out at the moment. I don't think they're on the injured list yet. they're definitely missing a lot of guys. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. Royce Lewis did just get called up, though, as well as 2 other prospects whose names just escape me at the moment. But overall, I really like the young core on this Twins team. Royce Lewis, a childhood friend of mine, he looks really good out there. So I'm really excited for this Twins team. I'll definitely be tuning into a lot of their games. All right, next up, we've got the top 10, just squeaking inside the top 10, down from last week significantly. That is the San Francisco Giants, which I'm a little disappointed in. I've told you guys I'm really high on this team. I think they're one of the best teams in all of baseball, but they have not been playing like it. Like I said, they're tied with the Rockies right now for 3rd in the NL West. I think they'll play a little bit better coming up, but overall they've been slacking a little bit. I honestly couldn't tell you who they've been playing lately outside of, I know they just finished the series against the Cardinals. But they are 3-7 in their last 10, so they have not been doing very well. Still well over 500 for the year, and I still think they'll finish the year above 500 and probably challenge the Dodgers for first place. But right now, top 10 feels like a good spot for them. Houston Astros jumping back into the top 10. They've won 7 straight. That offense is legit. The pitching staff has been great, and the bullpen's starting to come together. So that team's going to be very scary coming up here, challenging my Angels for first place. Up at number 8, we've got the Toronto Blue Jays, and probably I should have flip-flopped these. I should have had the Astros above the Blue Jays here. But overall, I think the Blue Jays have been playing a little bit better baseball than the Astros. Up at number 8, we've got the Toronto Blue Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays obviously haven't been playing as good of baseball as the Houston Astros, but they do own the series against the Astros, so had to put them up at number 8. They've been struggling as of late. They dropped 2 games to the Cleveland Guardians, which is a bummer, but overall, I think this is one of the better teams in baseball. Still got to have them in the top 10. And just above them, a team I've been very impressed with. They haven't beaten up on some weak teams, don't get me wrong, but still really impressed with this team. The Milwaukee Brewers, probably, I dare I say, the best pitching staff in all of baseball, and then the lineup's been coming through. Who's that guy I really like? Willy Adames, that's the guy I'm thinking of. Yeah, Willy Adames and Rowdy Tellez have been carrying that team right now, and Christian Yelich has been hitting a little bit as well, so they can get some offense out of that lineup. This Milwaukee Brewers team could be legit, and my God, it never gets old. It never gets old. I can see it a million times. It'll never get old. The Anaheim Angels are staying at number 6. Yes, they had a little bit of a rough road trip, but hey, any team's going to struggle on the road more than they are at home, but they've had a few big comeback wins lately over the Red Sox. They took the lead in the 9th, or tied it in the 9th, took the lead in the 10th. They just walked off against the Nationals right before I recorded this video. They are a legit team late in games. The bullpen's been solid. The starting pitching's been pretty good. It has wavered a little bit. Lorenzen had a pretty bad start. Sandoval had a shaky start, but was still pretty good. The only pitcher who I feel like is completely dominant, ironically has the worst stats, and that's Ohtani. But overall, man, you gotta love this Angels team. You gotta love this Angels team. Go ahead and roast me in the comments. Tell them I have them too high. I've seen plenty of rankings where they have them at 5 or even higher, so before you roast me, think about that. Up at number 5, we've got the San Diego Padres, and I can't keep ignoring this team. They are one of the best teams in all of baseball. I believe there's 7 games over 500 at the time of recording this. They just walked it off on a 3-run homer against the Marlins as well. This team is just legit, and they're 9 games over 500. My bad. I didn't mean to insult them like that, but the hitting's been great. The bullpen's been pretty solid. The starting pitching's been very solid. The defense has been solid. They're just a very complete baseball team, and probably the team we expected the Padres to be last year. That's what they are this year, so I'm really impressed right now. Just above them, we've got the Tampa Bay Rays, probably the hottest team in baseball. They have just been absolutely on fire. They have won 7 of their last 10. Just a phenomenal ball club right now. They're playing great baseball, and they're coming to Anaheim tomorrow, so I am terrified. You're probably seeing this the morning of the game, so we'll have to see. I would love to get a watch party in, but I don't know if I'll have the time for it coming up. But this is going to be a very important series between the number 4 team and the number 6 team in the AL. All right, I told you guys there wasn't much shakeup towards the top. We got the same as we had last week. The Yankees at number 3, Dodgers at number 2, Mets at number 1. The Mets are absolutely the team to beat in the National League right now. Go argue with a brick wall or something if you disagree with me. They are the team to beat in the National League right now. Until we see the Mets and the Dodgers play and the Dodgers sweep the Mets or something, I just can't see a world where you think the Dodgers are better than the Mets right now. The Mets are a better team. take it to the bank. Yankees are the hottest team in baseball. Dodgers are very good. Obviously, we know that. But the Mets, 9-4 against teams over 500 so far this year. They've just been phenomenal. They've just been absolutely phenomenal, and I think it's a crime to have them anywhere but the #1 spot with the way they're playing right now. All right, and there you have it. These are my 1 through 30 MLB Power Rankings. Let me know if you agree or disagree down in the comments section below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for daily MLB content, and don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. I appreciate each and every one of you guys watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Y'all have a great rest of your day.